YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here with yet another Washington football team video, and in today's video, we're here to talk about head coach Ron Rivera. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL, in this case, our Washington football team. Roll the intro, baby. We are Washington. Let's get it.
We Washington, we Washington, we Washington, we Washington, man, we Washington.
So, Ron Rivera. Head coach Ron Rivera is building something special in Washington. And this is coming from a diehard fan. I have not felt this way about this team since I don't know how long, 2012. And for you, you can fill in the blank. Because I know a lot of fans are older than me. And I know a lot of fans that watch my videos and is a fan of this team just like me are younger than me too. So you can fill in that blank. You haven't felt this way since. But me, I have not felt this way since 2012. Even in the 2012 season, I didn't feel the way about the future of this team that I did back then. Part because I was younger, and of course, yeah, I was a diehard fan there, and I knew everything that was going on. But of course, if they lost, I would be mad for the first day, and then I wouldn't be invested into it until they play again. And if they lost again, I'd be like, okay, because I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? I knew what was going on. I knew RG3. I knew Santana Moss. I knew Archie Robinson. I knew Josh Wilson. I knew everything that was going on about the team. Mike Shanahan, Kyle Shanahan. I knew everything that was going on with the team. Trust me. I was just invested as I am now. But if they would have lost as they did that 2012 season in the playoffs eventually, I wasn't as pissed as I would be now. But I digress. I haven't felt that way about this team since 2012 is essentially what I'm trying to say. And it's all thanks to one man. Ron Rivera is building something special in Washington. And 3 weeks ago, when I came on this very channel and said that Ron Rivera should be a candidate for Coach of the Year, people were calling me crazy. They were like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Your coach will never win another Head Coach of the Year award. But 3 weeks later, it's funny, 3 weeks later, now the media outlets, the beat reporters want to say, if Ron Rivera wins this NFC East, he should be in the running for Head Coach of the Year. But who was just saying that 3 weeks ago? Ron Rivera. I can't give this man enough credit. And yes, the Washington football team, we sit at 6-7 at the top of a debacle of a division. Yes, I understand that. The job's not finished. But from what this year was supposed to be to what it is now, it's all credit to Ron Rivera. This team started off 2-7. 2-7. Looking like the same old Washington football team. Looking like nothing has changed under the new regime. Looking like we were lost without a quarterback. It just looked the same. And then something just clicked. As you've seen, Ron Rivera had this team fighting each and every day. Each and every day. Doesn't matter if we got a win or not. The first Giants game is where I really started to say, yeah, this man is the one for the job. If you guys remember, I went off on Ron Rivera because I said he solely lost us this game versus the New York Giants for his decision to go for 2 the first time. You remember that? But now looking back on it, his whole purpose was to install a winning culture. And he's not done. His whole purpose was install winning, teaching these guys how to win. And although we came up short from that point on, we didn't look back. From that point on, I said, oh yeah, this team's going to be special under Ron Rivera. Now, did I know it was going to arrive this early? I think we arrived 1 year early, in my opinion. I didn't think we was going to be competitive until 2021. And once again, that's a thanks to how trash the NFC East has been to start out the year. Now, these past couple weeks it's picked up, and it's been the best division in all of football as far as competitiveness. But did I know this division was going to be won with possibly 7 wins? No, I did not. But that's not our fault. You see what I'm saying? So Ron Rivera has his team showing up each and every week. The Giants game, we lost, but you've seen he wanted this team to go for the win. And what is the better way to teach your team how to win instead of going for the win? Is going for the win. After that, the Cowboys game, we killed them. Then the bye week. We came off the Giants game. We literally self-destruct. We had 5 turnovers in that game, and we still only lost by 3 points. The Detroit Lions game. A heartbreaking loss. A heartbreaking loss that we should have had in the bank. We started back down by fortune. Then Alex Smith helped this offense come back. That's where he threw for 300 plus passing yards and no touchdowns. But what I'm saying is we lost that game, but we fought and we should have won that game. I mean, if it was thanks to Chase Young, we would have won that game. But you know why I don't blame Chase Young for that game? No more. Because yes, we should have had that game. We should have had that game won, and it's his fault. But the fact that this guy went into the office the next day, faced his coach face to face, and said, "My fault. I apologize. That game is on me." We should have won that game, but my respect level went out the roof for Chase Young. Because the fact that you are man enough to admit that you lost, not only that you're man enough to talk to your head coach one-on-one like that, you are a rookie. And that's just show how Ron Rivera is starting to rub off on these guys. You can see Ron Rivera in each and every single player. And it started probably in training camp, but it didn't really start to see it until that stretch where we lost to the Giants game the last time, or the first time. After that Detroit Lions game, we played the Bengals, beat them. We played the Cowboys, destroyed them, extorted them boys, up out of their own building. After that, we won again. Then we sit here and we just beat the San Francisco 49ers. Not to mention, the week before that, we beat the only undefeated team left in the NFL at that time and won. If you look at these guys' press conference after each and every game, you can just see Ron Rivera in them. You can see Ron Rivera in them. And that's what I go to show. That's the coach that this team and this organization has been missing for years. This team hasn't had a coach like that since Joe Gibbs 2.0. Maybe people would say Mike Zorn or whatever, Jim Zorn. Maybe. But from a culture standpoint, we haven't had a coach like that since Joe Gibbs. Point blank, period. And I'm going to go out on a limb. And I know I can be by myself, and I'm fine with that because, like I told you guys, I wasn't around to witness the 3 Super Bowls, to witness the greatness that Joe Gibbs brought to this city. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is the best coaching hire that Dan Snyder or this organization had. And this is the best by far the coach that Dan Snyder brought in. Now you can say no because he brought in a Joe Gibbs for that 2.0, another time, but that didn't ultimately lead to a ton of success how it did. We thought it was going to do since he did it the first time. You feel me? So I'm going to go out on a limb, and I know I'm going to be by myself and say that Ron Rivera is the best coaching hire this organization has had in a while or since Joe Gibbs. I know Joe Gibbs is the best coach this organization has had. That's obvious because he has won 3 Super Bowls. That's obvious. But under Dan Snyder is essentially what I'm trying to say. He is the best coach that he's hired. And I know the job's not done. We're 6-7. We're still far from being a complete football team. We're still looking for a quarterback. We're still looking for a dog of a middle linebacker. We still have holes all over the place. But it starts with that quarterback position. So I know we're far from done. But the fact that we showed up 1 year early and we're competing for the NFC East Championship, all praise to Ron Rivera. Under Jay Gruden, we would have laid down and died. This team would have probably been 2-14, on their way to 2-14, 3-13 again. Ron Rivera is a man that makes you want to run through a wall for him. And he's just simply a guy that can lead men. And not everyone can do that. And that's okay. Ron Rivera is just a guy that knows how to lead men. You know what I'm saying? He's a guy that makes you want to fight for him. You see it in Chase Young. The last game when Dwayne Haskins came out to take the knee, a dude tackled Dwayne. Chase Young was right there and said, "Hey, 51, you fill in the blank. Hey, 51, you feel me?" He was ready to go out there and go to war for his brothers. Each and every time, even when he was hurt. Even when he was hurt, he was right there. And I know I keep using Chase Young as the only example, but trust me, it's in all of these guys. Cameron Curl, look at the way they talk. Anytime they ask a question about Ron Rivera, what is this? They all have the same answer. Oh, Ron Rivera, man, I love Coach Rivera, man. He is doing something here that I haven't had since I've been in the league, or in the case of the young guys, he's been a great coach since I've been in the league. You know what I'm saying? Ron Rivera is a dude, as Chase Young would say. You know what I'm saying? And it's so happy. You guys don't understand. If you're not Washington fans that are going to see this video, you guys don't understand how happy I am. The whole fan base is right now. And I know, guys, we got to come back down to earth because, we're 6-7 and we still have to fight for this division. We don't have it secured yet. But we're very well on the way to having it secured. Gotta keep fighting. We have 3 games left, 3 big games left. Starting with Seattle. But this fan base hasn't been this happy in a long time. I'll be first to say it. Ron Rivera should be a head coach of the year candidate. Earlier, 3 weeks ago, when I first made my video and said he should be considered, no. Throw that out the window. He should be a candidate for Coach of the Year. I don't care if we're 6-7. You have Kevin Stefanski out here. You have Mike Tomlin. You got other coaches, Andy Reid. You have all these coaches out here. Ron Rivera should be Coach of the Year. What Ron Rivera went through, no other coach did. This guy had cancer. He's still feeling side effects. They just said that this guy has to take a nap every time before a game. It's so bad to the point where they had to bring in, where I guess it was good for Ron Rivera because he can get a nap in, but the away team has to put a couch in the visiting coach office so Ron Rivera can take a power nap. This guy's fatigued. Yes, he's done with chemo, 7 rounds of chemotherapy. He beat cancer, but they already told him he's still going to feel side effects. But I said this to say that nobody is doing what this guy is doing as far as his life on and off the field. Everyone's dealing with COVID. Duh. I'm not even talking about COVID. And I can easily say COVID is affecting Ron Rivera even more because this guy has cancer and he's still dealing with the pandemic outside of his cancer. So I can easily put that on you guys, but I'm not even going to do that. This guy didn't see his team into training camp. Not even mini camp. Training camp. And the fact that he has these boys fighting for a playoff spot this late into the season in his first year as Washington head coach, you can't be more proud to be a Washington fan to see what this team has in the future. This is year 1 of Ron Rivera. I don't often give Dan Snyder credit, but damn, this was a good hire, Dan. As always, it's me, boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe, help to watch the football team. If you guys enjoy watching football content and NFL content like this, leave up a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, turn on post notifications. I'm out. Peace.